So, how would I spend $100,000 in 2025 to build the ultimate high risk, high reward portfolio? I'm talking blue chips, moonshots, and everything in between, built to ride the chaos and come out swinging. Now listen, I've helped over 100 committed bros structure their bags in dedicated one-on-one sessions, and today you get all the alpha aggregated into one video. To be clear, I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy with a beard, a mic, and a serious obsession with Web3. And speaking of beards, you might be wondering, hey Crux, where's Tim, the other bearded wizard? Don't worry, he's probably out there telling strangers at Whole Foods how trading changed his life. Can't knock the grind. In the meantime, you're rocking with me, the mind behind Alpha Bros, our other channel where I break down the most slept on altcoins and the projects with real upside. Details in the description below. Stick around until the end because I'm not touching this portfolio until it hits 7 figures. I'm swinging for the fences and showing my every move. Let's run it up. But first, we gotta hit the intro. First things first, I always have to ask, what is your goal? I already told you mine. I'm swinging for that 10x knockout. Now look, crypto isn't for everybody. It's volatile, it's emotional, and will gaslight you into thinking you are the problem for buying the dip. But if you're ready to play this game, Bitcoin and Ethereum are usually the best players to start. They're the OGs. Not flashy, but they've been around since flip phones and they still ain't left the chat. As for me, I've done my homework and I've built up a risk tolerance to dive deeper into altcoin territory because I treat this market like a game of chess. So while I would never tell someone to skip Bitcoin or Ethereum, here are the hottest narratives to perform and how I'm choosing to hodl this cycle. First up, we're talking red, white, and crypto. With no capital gains tax energy coming straight from the White House, I'm starting with what Trump calls Made in America crypto. Because America. Need I say more? Sui and Solana are leading the charge. These two are more alike than different. Sui's been riding Solana's blueprint, from locking down VC money to launching handheld gaming devices. Both chains are pushing the envelope when it comes to scalability, and it's a full-on Rust versus Move showdown. Think of it like a coding cage match. I'm not about to sit this one out without a horse in the race. The Fedwire Fund Service operates alongside Swift. Yeah, the global messaging system pushing $5 trillion a day. Right now, real-time payment systems are being battle tested to handle massive throughput. ISO 2022 compliant names that made my list: XRP, ADA, HBAR, and XDC. Ripple made a serious move launching RLUSD on the XRPL, which recently made history as the first fully regulated and compliant stablecoin. With XRP's fast transactions and dirt cheap fees, it's beginning to look more and more like a banker's favorite digital ledger. Meanwhile, Charles Hoskinson's out here teasing a bridge for RLUSD, and another even bigger stablecoin is coming straight to Cardano. Charles out here dropping Donald's name like they're golfing buddies, and honestly, if it lands Cardano a government contract, I'm not even mad.
You know who that is?
Hey, wow.
Okay. That's Trump.
Hold on, guys.
Yeah, he called.
Now here's the kicker. Doge, no, not the meme coin, the Department of Government Efficiency is out here scouting for efficient blockchains. And Cardano checks all the boxes. Hydra scales, Midnight secures, and thousands of nodes keep it decentralized. HBAR bust down the door at HederaCon 2025, announcing that one of their standout apps, Drop, is now being trialed by Swift across banks in North America, Europe, and Asia. That's global exposure at a whole different level. Shout out to the HBARbarians. We really helped push Hedera into the spotlight, laying the groundwork for massive collabs like Equity Labs, which is now using Intel and NVIDIA hardware to power next-gen AI computation through verifiable compute. HBAR is also making waves as one of the safest chains for tokenizing real-world assets, a niche that's heating up. But before we get into those gems, I gotta hit you with my final ISO 2022 pick, XDC. Now listen, XDC is a straight sleeper. I even dropped it in my recent top 5 RWA video. With under 2-second finality and gas fees so low they make ETH cry, we're talking 1/1000th of a penny, XDC is more scalable than XRP and has Cardano level security baked in. And if you're into that global institution energy, XDC's been linked to initiatives involving the World Economic Forum. But hey, if you don't rock with Klaus Schwab and his 4D chess, feel free to skip this one. Alright, let's dive into the rest of my real world asset plays, and trust me, these slap. First up, you know we gotta talk about Avalanche. Its unique 3-chain setup gives it a real balance, like the Swiss Army knife of blockchains. The X chain uses a DAG structure for lightning fast transactions. The P chain handles validators and decentralization. And then there's the C chain, my personal favorite. It's EVM compatible, which means not only can you tokenize RWAs here, you can also dive into things like gaming, if the gaming bulls ever log back in. Now, let's talk about the RWA kingpin, Ondo Finance. This is a project I think should be in every serious portfolio. They recently launched their own layer 1 Ondo chain, and Ondo's already interoperable across 10 different networks. But here's where it gets crazy. Ondo Global Markets just got announced, and they're gearing up to tokenize stocks, bonds, ETFs, the whole nine. This isn't just hype. BlackRock is literally partnered with Ondo for a reason. So if you're sleeping on Ondo, you might want to set an alarm. Plume Network is quietly holding it down. They're adding some real diversity to my portfolio by bringing in tokenized real estate through a collab with Park Street. They also teamed up with Elixir to launch an institutional grade gateway for assets like BlackRock's BIDL, their tokenized money market fund. And get this, earlier this week, Plume announced a strategic investment from Apollo Capital, one of the most respected crypto asset managers in the space. Plume is the lowest market cap project on my list, but don't let that fool you. This one got underdog potential. And y'all thought I forgot about Chainlink, which is the glue holding Web3 together. As the most interoperable play in crypto, this one is a no-brainer. They're not just pioneering the Web3 scene. From Ondo to the White House summits, they're laser focused on building the bridge between traditional finance and the blockchain world. With major partnerships including Swift and other global payment giants, Chainlink is the go-to infrastructure for real-world assets. And the icing on the cake is their cross-chain interoperability protocol, letting reliable real-world data flow across any chain that matters. AI tends to run in waves, and when it pumps, it usually gets triggered by big moves from traditional finance. And right now, my top play is BitTensor Tau, a decentralized marketplace for large language models where devs can build, train, and trade their models openly. While giants like ChatGPT and Grok have been running the show, Tau looks to flip the script and give power back to the people. And another crowd favorite is Render. In a world that's leveling up fast, GPU power is gold, and Render connects artists and developers with idle GPUs through the cloud, cutting costs for tasks like 3D rendering and AI training. And with the direct partnership with NVIDIA, the king of AI hardware, Render Omniverse is shaping the future. And it's no surprise meme coins have been the best performing niche this cycle.
You know meme coins?
I know meme coins.
You're into meme coins?
Yeah, I know meme coins. Yeah, I've done like a Shiba and these things. I like.
No way, you're trading meme coins.
Yeah.
However, in a market flooded with copy and paste tokens, finding the right ones with staying power is tough, but it's not impossible. Pepe and Bonk rose above the rest, which both launched last bear market, have been consistently outperforming ever since. With listings on Robinhood, they're tapping straight into the retail crowd, frictionless, familiar, and full of hype. The tech isn't groundbreaking, but the community momentum is unmatched, and while others faded, these two kept hitting all-time high after all-time high. And for my next pick, the second largest decentralized application built on Ethereum, which is Aave, and it tends to outperform Ethereum during bullish momentum. DeFi remains one of crypto's top 5 use cases, and when things go full bull, borrowing and letting platforms start cooking. Crypto newbies pile in late and crank up the leverage. Meanwhile, the OGs borrow against their own bags to double down, and just like that, Aave starts ripping as on-chain activity spikes. Alright, last up, this one's a conviction play, and convictions hit different. These you hold not because everyone believes in them, but because you do, even when they're flying under the radar. Some solid projects haven't pumped throughout the entire cycle. That doesn't mean they're dead. This community has had my back since I've broken down how DAG technology, proof of work networks, and a large hash rate come together to tackle the blockchain trilemma. With crescendo hard fork, smart contracts, and major exchange listings on the horizon, Caspa is my high conviction bet, and I'm riding with it all the way. To wrap this up, this is how I'd spread $100,000 across 15 diversified plays. This portfolio isn't for the faint of heart. It's high risk, high reward, aiming for that 10x. No matter what the market's doing, the best thing you can do is keep learning, stay sharp, and move with intention. If you would tweak this portfolio, drop it in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. Quick note, you can submit your portfolio in our Discord, and myself or Tim may review it in one of these Rate My Portfolio episodes. Thanks for rocking with me and supporting the bros on our mission to hit 50,000 subscribers. Stay locked in, be blessed, let's get it.
Well, looky there, you made it to the end of the video. That means you either really liked it or really hated it. And either way, make sure to leave your thoughts in the comments down below because it really does help us create better content for you, the viewers. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to check out our channel because we have a lot of content just like this as we seek to help educate every single person on how to actually create financial freedom for themselves and their families. But to make sure that you see those videos, hit that subscribe button and like all of our content as it really does help us out. If you want to go a step further and connect with the bros even more, make sure to check out our free Discord down below where the chat never stops and you'll be surrounded by a community of people just like you who want to better themselves. Go ahead and click on it. We'll see you in the next one.